Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. Yep, I am back at it again. I'm insulating a little bit more while I have a morning available. We're working on the studio tiny house build, and I was gonna show you something. I got a really good tip from DRFALCON, and because I was talking to him, he and I talk offline as well, and I was talking to him about what I was doing. He says, "Man, you're really making that hard." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Why are you measuring it?" And I said, "Well, I've got to measure the bats to cut to fit in." And he said, "Well, yeah, I guess." He said, "But what we always did was we just hung it and let it roll out and then cut it to fit. And that saves you so much time and so much cleanup because everything is in one room." And I thought, holy cow, that is a fan-damn-tastic tip. So we have been rolling along pretty good. Been at it for an hour and a half, and I've gotten out the last 3 remaining bats that I have of the R13 insulation. I'm going to have to get probably 3 more of the 15.5 inch, and then we have to get all the insulation for the ceiling. So it's coming along really well, but I had to share that tip. Maybe you guys already knew about it and I'm just a slow fella, but basically that's it. And I'll show you. You just stretch it. I'm just going to put a couple of staples here and here. And you go all the way down. And then you cut it off to where you need it. How about that? Easy peasy, government cheesy. More to come. Okay guys, so you can see we have it down to the wall. Do have to patch in that last little section. Gotten everything else all the way around. Is done. And I showed you how we were doing it. I mean, there's nothing hard or special to it other than the trick that, like I said, DRFALCON showed me. And it did indeed speed up my time hanging this, and I don't have to clean up any kind of crap out in the yard. Because all the little insulation scraps I have to pick up because the chickens will eat them. And we don't want that, so I can just sweep it up in here. But now we have this. This is going to be 2 rolls, 40 feet, 8, obviously, you know, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit. That's a little bit bigger. So we'll have 2 more rolls to get. And then we're going to get the wider stuff and figure out how we're going to do the roof. If any of you have suggestions, hit me up with it. Would you like to have, would it be more efficient to do the roof from there and have a higher roof, or have a lower roof with insulation and maybe a vent fan at the back so we can push and pull air through it? We are also, it might be counterproductive, we're also going to eyeball a space where we're going to put in our window unit. You know, I might actually put it right above this window here. I'm not quite sure. It's 8,000 BTU AC. We got it in trade from my son and his wife, and which we're very grateful for, and that will do plenty in here, I think. More to come. Okay guys, now we're back. One of the things I don't want to do is I don't want to put the AC unit at the front of the building or on the side of the building that's viewable from the road, just for aesthetics. Although that really don't matter a whole lot. But that's something we'll consider. I will like I said, I'm kind of looking at the idea of putting it here, above the window. Guys, give me a reason not to put it there. I thought that might be a good idea. I like to have the windows to where I can see in and out. We're going to make this almost like an herb garden. It'll be partial shade. For the remainder of the time that we're here, I'm going to do it like we're going to be here for 20 years, but odds are we won't be here terribly much longer. But we're going to do this really nice and pretty with shade garden. Probably going to put a roof off the side and almost do it like a carport, so we can keep some of the kids' toys under here. Alright guys, we're going to wrap it up now. It's going to be about it for this video. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for the suggestions. I really could not have done it without you guys. But again, ideas on the ceiling. I am going to put a ceiling fan in here, and it will be a big one, so bear that in mind. 52 inch at least in the center. So think about that when you're giving me suggestions to do the roof. I can do a hugger ceiling fan. I'm not opposed to it. And then we got to get started on, once we finish this insulation, we'll get the walls up, and then we will do the wiring on the exterior, and we'll sheath them in conduit. That's kind of how I want to do it on this one. Anyway guys, we're going to wrap it up. Just a second, you're going to see a picture of my ugly mug pop over here on the opposite side. Going to be some videos if we are indeed your brand of wacky. As always, take care of you people.